Hey everyone, it's me Adam, and today we're going to talk about some common mistakes that us furries make that end up making it a bit more difficult to actually enjoy the furry fandom. Basically, we make small mistakes that take away our enjoyment of the fandom, and today we're going to be talking about them and how to prevent these mistakes. Starting with number 1, trying to only socialize with furries. The reason why I put this in number 1 is because it's a huge mistake that a lot of people, especially newcomers, end up making. And honestly, it's easy to see and understand why this happens. When you first join the fandom, you are super excited. It almost feels magical to a certain extent. You have finally found people whom love the same weird but creative nerdy thing that you do. For some of us, it is the very first time we've ever felt truly in place. So the instinct is to dive in as deep as possible. And I will say, content creators definitely contribute to this expectation. We post some of the best moments within conventions, big furry friend groups, furry meetups, and a lot of chaotic fun. Essentially, we show some of the best aspects of it, but we exaggerate it. It's not necessarily a lie, but it is exaggerated. So new furries look at this and think, oh, the fandom is super social and chill. And this is where all of my friends are supposed to come from. So, this should be pretty good. Now here's the trap though. If you limit yourself to only other fellow furries as friends, acquaintances, or maybe even partners, usually 3 things happen. 1. You start depending on the fandom for all of your social outlets and happiness. Number 2. You start to convince yourself that only furries can understand you, which is not necessarily true. Number 3. You end up slowly cutting off all of your non-furry social life. And worst of all, if you go all in like that, you can actually end up stealing your own enjoyment of the fandom from yourself. Because when every friendship, every conversation, every emotional need, and every bit of validation comes from one singular hobby, well, you experience burnout. But also because you end up being pressured to stay active. You end up being pressured to always keep up with the community, whatever nonsense is going on. You get pressured into not missing something, pressured into maintaining every single connection, even if it's not exactly a good one. Soon enough, with all this combined, the fandom ends up not feeling like a fun hobby anymore. It feels like a goddamn job. It sucks all of the fun out of it, and it becomes your entire identity, which will drain you instead of energizing you. See, here's the thing, right? The fandom is meant to add some fun and joy to your life, but it's not meant to replace your whole life. You're not supposed to be a furry 24/7. This isn't a religious duty or something. You are allowed to have gaming friends, gym friends, school/work friends, acquaintances, or so on. A healthy life has multiple circles, and a healthy person has multiple sides to them. Being a furry is only one side. You do need other sides that are outside of being a furry, unrelated to it, in order to keep yourself happy and healthily balanced. To give you my own perspective and example of this from my personality, to give you a personal example, I myself have around 2 furry friends out of the 5 friends that I have. The rest are just acquaintances whom are both furry and non-furry. But yeah, out of the 5 friends that I have, only 2 of them are actually furries. The rest are non-furries. Mind you, they're completely chill with furries. They know I'm a furry. Like for example, Panda, my amigo, my main man. He's not a furry, but he understands at the end of the day, my furry side is only one side of me. There are a whole lot others about me. And I myself aren't super active within the community. In fact, for a fairly long amount of time, I would argue that I was basically a solo furry, even though technically speaking solo furries aren't really a thing because, it's a fandom, so technically there is no such thing as solo. But what I mean by that is that I rarely interacted with fellow furries and furry-related content/media. Not because I stopped enjoying it all of a sudden, but because, there are other things that I'm interested in. Furry is only one of them. Number 2, the idea of thinking that you need, or straight up, you must have a fursuit in order to be a quote-unquote real furry. This is also a fairly common mistake that I see. Some people will stress themselves out over thinking that they're not quote-unquote valid without a fursuit. And it's like, listen, fursuits are awesome. I agree with that one. But they are also expensive as shit. They are not a necessity, they are a luxury. Not having one does not make you any less part of the community. You can enjoy the furry fandom without a fursuit, and plenty of people do. It's just that you don't see them unless you look for them. For example, go to any kind of furcon or fur meet photography website where all of them are collected and just shift through them. And you will see a fairly decent distribution of non-fursuiters and fursuiters. However, both of them are furries. What makes you a furry is not having a Having a fursuit is not what makes you a quote-unquote real furry. Like, do you like anthropomorphic animals? If that's a yes, and on top of that, do you yourself call yourself a furry, and are you comfortable calling yourself a furry? If you said yes to that as well, there you go, you're a furry. There is no secret initiation ritual or some kind, you know? That's it. If those two are a yes, there you go, you're a furry. Simple as that. Everything else is just optional extras. Number 3. Spending money way too fast. Listen, before you say it, I know this is a bit hypocritical that I'm saying this is a mistake and don't do this, knowing damn well that I also do this sometimes. Listen, it's really tempting when you first join, okay? Commissions, badges, ref sheets, fursuit payments, and so on and so forth, and then all of a sudden you look at your wallet and it's begging you to stop. Like, it's okay, man, take your time, take your budget. Don't rush to buy everything. The fandom will still be here when you're ready and when you have money in your pocket. But also, you don't have to spend money on literally all of this. To give you an example, ref sheets, you can find free to use ref sheets. All you have to do is credit the real artist. They're not asking you for too much there. All you have to do is that, and there you go, you can just use it. I myself have been utilizing F2Us for thumbnails, for example, for quite some time now. And obviously, as long as you credit them, like they politely ask you to do so, it's all good. Same thing goes for badges. Speaking of arts and stuff, mistake number 1, not reading commission TOS. I swear to God, some drama could be deleted from existence if people just read the artist terms of service. Read, brother, read! Before paying for anything, always check payment rules, refund rules, what content do they do/don't do, estimated turnaround time, and so on and so forth. Artists are not vending machines, they're not AI bots. You need to understand what you're buying and respect the process as well as the artist. Number 5. Thinking that the fandom owes you attention. This is something that a lot of the drama whores as well as narcissistic cunts keep thinking. This fandom can be incredibly welcoming, yes, but attention is not guaranteed. Shut the fuck up. You earn friendships the same way you do anywhere else. Be respectful, be yourself, be patient, and accept the fact that not everybody is going to be your friend. Not everybody is gonna fuck with you, and some people will. That's just how the cookie crumbles. It is how it is, so to speak. Number 6. Letting drama become your personality. There will be drama. Every single community in this planet has it. But if your entire time in the fandom becomes who said what about who, you're going to burn out pretty fast and you're going to end up being a miserable cunt by the end of it. And a lot of us will not tolerate you for that. We're not going to waste our time on that miserable energy. Enjoy the art, enjoy the characters, enjoy the creativity and the social aspect, but don't build your identity around stupid internet battles that don't mean anything. Number 7, and this is a personal one, do not use Twitter. By the way, this goes for everyone. Dear viewer, whether you're a furry or not, don't use Twitter. Don't give me any fucking excuses. Just don't fucking use Twitter. That shit is disgusting. So yeah, the furry fandom is a fairly nice place, full of talented, funny, kind, and creative people that you will meet, and you'll make plenty of positive acquaintances and maybe even friends here. But it should not be a part of your... But it should not be the entirety of your life. It should be a part of your life, but not all of it. Make friends inside and outside of the fandom. Enjoy the hobby without letting it control your wallet or your mental health. And remember, you don't have to have insert furry thing here in order to belong with us. We're all weirdos. So, as long as you're one of us, congratulations, you're one of us. And that's going to be about it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you again later some other time. Goodbye.